A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. Could have had a V8. Why did I take that vaccine? No, that isn't it. All right, so let's get to this. It's a little bit of comic relief today, folks. I'm kind of like the anger has kind of gone away for a little while. I mean, it's back there in the subconscious mind, and it invades my sleep time. Seriously, it really kind of captures every waking moment of my day. I look at my children and I go, really, we are in this world, in this dimension. I'm trapped in this matrix. I've got kids. I've got a wife. I'm breathing, which is good. I'm alive. I'm above ground. I have a state of consciousness. I breathe my own air. Fresh air all the time. 100% oxygen coming in. So, yeah. So I guess I should count my blessings, right? Count them one by one. Joe Biden calls Kamala Harris president-elect. Now, before I get dinged by the fact checkers and by the demonetizers and everybody else, because I'm really raking in the dough on this channel. I think 80 cents yesterday. Yes. All right. You multiply it out by the entire month. I might be at like $20 by the end of the month here. Joe Biden calls Kamala Harris president-elect. Now, the Associated Press has said that Joe Biden is the president-elect and has won the Electoral College. All right, so let's just make that clear here so nobody thinks I am stating that Kamala Harris is president-elect. No, it's actually the current president-elect that has made the claim about Kamala Harris being the president-elect. And it's several crazy conspiracy theorists, back in July or August, whenever Harris was rolled out as the VP, who said, I think they want her to be the president. Yeah, I think because Joe, look at Sunsetter Joe. Sunsetter Joe. That's my new nickname for the Joe Biden. The Joe Biden. He is Sunsetter Joe. And Joe, I know how you feel. This is how I feel too. All right. So here's the story, the meat of the story. By the way, this isn't really reported in the so-called mainstream, whatever it is, outlets. I don't even want to call it fake news because it's like their own dimension. It's not even fake. It's like it's real to them. They create, how you create your own press and then you start to believe it? That's what the entire media has done. They create their own stuff, and then it's like they swim in it, they bathe, they marinate, and they become, just part of the story. Well, here at News Channel 4, we're dedicated, we're committed to, the most comprehensive coverage of the things that we've been covering because we know that you need those things covered. President-elect Joe Biden committed yet another verbal flub Tuesday when he erroneously referred to Vice President-elect Kamala Harris as president-elect. Again, fact checkers, I'm just reading the story here, okay? I understand that the Associated Press has said that Joe Biden has won the Electoral College. And they'll keep saying that, and they'll keep trying to convince themselves that this election was the cleanest, fairest, purest, most just uncontested, wonderful thing that's ever happened in our country's history. Joe Biden did say, right, that he had the greatest fraud organization ever assembled. Should we take him at his word? Oh, wait, I know. That was yet another verbal flub. So they should disclaimer and say something like, that was a verbal flub, but they won't do that. Anyway, because then they would be admitting that Joe Biden isn't ready for primetime Sunsetter Joe. Biden made the error during his planned remarks regarding the coronavirus pandemic in his hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, not to be confused with Scranton, PA, the scrapper from Scranton who lived there for about, 6 years when he was a kid. And he just carried that whole, hey, I'm the scrappy Scranton Because Wilmington, Delaware is like, oh, Wilmington, Delaware, it's not the same. Elitist. Anyway, I hope the president will clearly and unambiguously urge all Americans. He's talking about the current president of the United States, President Donald Trump, who, according to the Associated Press, did not win the Electoral College. So, again, fact checkers, YouTubers, Facebookers, look, I know Mark Zuckerberg has my best interests at heart. I know he loves me. He loves all people. Why would he not love all people? He created Facebook so we could all enjoy it and have wonderful FaceTime with each other, thus the name Facebook. Do you notice I'm a little wacky today? Yeah. And I've had no vodka. Wait till I start drinking the vodka. Anyway, Biden talks about taking the vaccine. He says, I took it to instill public confidence in the vaccine. Oh, and never mind what I've seen, and who's to say he took an actual vaccine? Who's to say he didn't take a placebo? Just saline solution. I mean, we don't know for sure. The AP has officially said that Joe Biden did take an injection. We can confirm that there was the AstraZeneca vaccine inside, which, by the way, isn't recommended. You should go for those first two, those DNA scramblers that do a much better job at messing you up. I slipped. Oh, man, I'm in danger of complete demonetization here. Earlier, Kamala Harris received the Moderna vaccine on live television. She says, literally, it's about saving lives. It's literally about saving lives. She said it twice. Harris said of the vaccine, I trust the scientists. Look, you know who I trust more than the scientists? I trust the fact checkers, okay? The fact checkers love me. They have my best interests at heart. They really do a fine job at pretty much disproving everything. So I got to hand it to those fact checkers. When they come up with, say, peer-reviewed studies, or they have doctors and scientists who are, been doing this stuff, epidemiologists and virologists and all those great people. I love it when fact checkers come along, and those fact checkers, they don't have a background in any of that stuff, but I love the fact that they fact check people really out of the public square to a place where they're very frustrated, isolated, and feel as though they can't get their truth out. And it's sad. I'd like to help those people get their truth out there, and that's why I do a channel, The Political Refugee. You should watch this channel. It's the scientists that created and approved this vaccine. Oh, that's a little dig. It wasn't Donald Trump that got this vaccine out. No. Look, I'm not a fan. If you've noticed, I'm not a fan of pushing any kind of product upon people that hasn't been tested. I mean, they'll test a freaking car seat for like 12 years before they'll introduce it, They'll have a crash test dummy slamming into walls, and they'll be like, no, that car seat shattered into 1,000 pieces. Nope. But hey, we'll put chemicals in this needle, we'll stick it in you, and, I trust the scientists. Someone who probably took saline solution. Ooh, I slipped again. I'm sorry. So Biden had the vaccine on December 21st. He's still above ground technically. Again, that sunsetter clause thing, that applies. Anyway, Biden's flub today isn't the first time his remarks have stirred talk about Harris assuming the presidency, perhaps after President-elect's first term. No, perhaps maybe a week into the president's first term. Yeah, President-elect Joe Biden, according to AP. In August, Biden said he selected Harris as his running mate because she is ready to lead on day one. Yes, when I think leadership, I don't think of somebody who just kind of fell into politics, kind of worked her way into politics, if you know what I mean. Kind of did something to get noticed and did a few favors for a few people to get where she got to. And then she locked a whole bunch of people up who did very minor things. They did less than, say, injecting themselves with an unproven substance. They did far less. Many of them partook in a natural occurring substance in nature, a plant that grows out of the ground. In some cases, you actually roll it up and smoke it. But hey, and some people even ingest it. They take gummies, they pop a gummy in their mouth, and that's what I ought to do. Some people probably think I'm doing it right now, but I'm not, and I wish I were. Hold it. All right, we're done with this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel as I continue to hemorrhage subscribers, and I don't know why, because I'm very entertaining. So just tell your friends about it. Thanks. See you soon.